Welcome to the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show.
A JBV Ministries project, the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show, talk show with Pastor Jeff, airing on CW17 every Sunday at 5:30 a.m.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for more of the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show. And now, Andre and I have a really close friend of ours as a guest right now, and he goes by the name of Lonnie Wells. Lonnie, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for coming on.
Coming, sir.
No problem,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So, Lonnie, Andre and I have known you for a while, but nobody out there knows you, so tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, I'm a resident of Jacksonville, Florida. I am very active with my family and also with the community. I can honestly say the city is pretty much my family, so whenever I'm needed, I'm there.
Well, definitely speaking on the subject of family, that's actually what we wanted to talk to you about today, as we discussed a little bit before we got started. So, Dre, you want to go ahead and start off? Tell us what your upbringing was like, your family situation?
Well, I pretty much grew up in a single-parent home. My mom had 3 kids. Me being the middle child, I have an older brother and a younger sister. The coming up was pretty tough. You know, we had to go through some obstacles and adversities, but we came out on top. We made it by the grace of God, and that's my background. My man Lonnie here grew up with both of his parents, which is a different environment for me. And what we're going to do here today is discuss the difference and the positive side of having both parents there rather than growing up with one parent.
Okay, so with that being said, Lonnie, having both of your parents there, what do you think would be one of the, or a couple of the biggest things that you've watched or that you've learned from watching your parents?
Definitely teamwork. It's something about how they work together, and that kind of inspires me. That's how I know I can't do too much of anything alone. I guess that's why I've taken so many people within my city, you know, as family, you know, because when we all have a collective goal, we can all accomplish that goal, you know, if we all work together. And that's pretty much because of their example. I'm that way. They're both loving, giving people. You know, I've never seen 2 people who are just so giving, you know, in and out their home. They're just amazing in that way, and I really am inspired to be more like them, you know, as much as possible every day.
How important do you think having that structure and that family collective, like you said, how important do you think that is in today's society?
As far as like raising kids?
Oh man, it's definitely important. They both pretty much created who I am today. My mom, you know, she's pretty much the creative one. Right. So she's the one that you know, just not even good with arts and things like that, but she's always quick on her feet, like to come up with ideas. Right. And always, you know, able to take challenges head on, which is something that I do and I pride myself on doing all the time, and even for other people. And my dad, he's just so structured. He's kind of like the safe plan guy. Like, so that means like if anything's going wrong or anything like that, it's like he already has a plan for it to immediately correct it. Right. It's like he's very good at predicting and very good at, you know, at strategy. Saying those things, that's what made me who I am, and to be without them and without those qualities, like I don't think I would be where I'm at today.
I mean, with that being said, you've had both your parents since you were a kid. Dre, you didn't have both of them there for very long. My situation's a little bit different because I had both parents until I was like 9 or 10, right. And that's when my parents separated. So I kind of have a remembrance of what it was like to have both of them there, and then in large part what it's like to not have them there. And when you were speaking about like your mom is a certain way and your dad is a certain way, I look at myself and I see, well, okay, I definitely have characteristics of my father and of my mother,
Right.
but what would it have been like if my dad was there until now?
Right.
So with that being said, do you think that you would be, tough question to answer, do you think you would be the same person or that you would operate the same way if your situation were different, like one of ours?
Absolutely not.
In what way? Like what would be one of the biggest ways that you think?
Right. First off, because I do use my creativity a lot. Let's say if my mother was out in the home, whatever like that that would really affect mostly everything that I do. I'm a writer, I'm also too. I'm kind of guy, I think of plans and I think of ways of getting out of certain situations. So when it comes down to things like that, like not having my mom there, and also too like not having that nurture that she normally gives, also too, like just thinking about all those things like that, like somebody that's always caring for me, and to erase that completely out, yeah, I probably would be pretty depressed. I'm not even gonna lie.
I think it's good that you had both.
Yeah.
Because it gives different aspects. Like your dad was more structured, your mom was creative.
Yeah.
And that intertwines with each other.
Right.
And I just had my mom there for the most part. So, she had all those things together, but with two parents trying to be a team, it's kind of like a basketball team.
Yeah.
Let's just say everybody's there to do a part. You got role players, you got the scorers.
Right.
You got point guards just there to pass the ball.
Right.
To make a great one solid team. When growing up with one mom, she tried to do all of that, which I commend her 100%. But there was also something that was missing that could have been there.
Right.
From a male's perspective to a male.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate that family part.
Yeah. Me too.
So I mean, Lonnie, definitely having both parents is there, but that doesn't mean that the situation was always amazing.
Right.
Right.
It doesn't
Right.
mean it was always great. We don't want to make that misconception at all.
Yeah.
And also that having a single parent is a bad thing either,
Yeah,
because
very true.
by the grace of God,
Very
Andre
true.
and I are sitting here, we've never had anything crazy happen.
Very true.
So I mean, God can bless any situation and everything will of course be okay.
Right.
But just thinking about not having both parents around, now we're dealing with a lot of issues in society where we have babies raising babies.
Yes.
And because that is happening, we have younger parents that were not raised by parents that held them accountable for their things. So do you think that would be something that you would have had to deal with growing up? Accountability, going searching for answers and love in all the wrong places.
Right. Definitely. When it comes down to accountability, when it comes down to the just having that love and in all the right places and the wrong places, and I can't really imagine where I would be as a person right now. I would definitely I would feel a little nervous. I would feel doubtful, but like I said, the inclusion of them having them there for me, like I said, it made me who I am. And I guess the way God set it up, He knew I needed those two,
Right.
Yeah,
And,
we definitely need parents, we need guidance, we need accountability, and we will be right back with more of the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show. Thanks for watching.
Watch a JBV Ministries project, the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show, talk show with Pastor Jeff, airing on CW17 every Sunday at 5:30 a.m.
Welcome back to the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show. We are here with Lonnie Wells, talking about growing up with both parents as far as me having one. And Lonnie, I have a question for you, sir.
What's up, sir?
How me growing up with only one parent made me understand and want the aspect of raising a family. How important do you think it is? With you having both parents, did that make you want to keep that structure, or how did that influence you in wanting to have your own family?
I definitely want to be a father to a family, and I definitely want that mother to be there beside me. Again, I'm all about teamwork. I'm just having him there has really affected pretty much everything I've done. That's even from I don't buy certain game systems unless I know I'm going to have a team with me to play that game.
Right.
I don't go to basketball games unless I know a group of people are going with me.
Right.
I don't, it's everything includes a team. Everything includes a team to me. I mean, except of course, the literal stuff. But I mean, like everything with me includes a team. When I'm going out, or if I'm doing something, I'm going to need a team. I'm going to need a group there. Because what's special about that team is you can depend on them, you love them, and you know they love you too. So it's just that support coming from all corners. You don't have to worry about anything. So that's mainly it.
All right, now I kind of want to focus on specifically the dad just for right now.
Okay.
My dad is the one that was gone. He left when I was a kid, like I said before. And not having him there, I'm learning now, and I have been learning some stuff about myself the last couple years that some things that I feel like I should have learned, I'm learning through osmosis, like just through observation and through experience. And sometimes I kind of get mad, like, man, I know if my dad was here, he would have been able to steer me down a path that would have kept this from happening.
Right.
Making some mistakes that I've made, just experiencing some stuff that, of course, life, I mean, sometimes you got to go through what you got to go through.
Right.
What is your relationship like with your dad in that respect? Is he there to give you that guidance, to point you in that right direction, even sometimes when you don't feel it's necessary and it might be kind of forceful?
My dad is, like I say, he's a strategic person. So he looks at things and he'll see what is best to focus on and what has the highest success rate. So
no matter what you think about it.
No matter what I think about it.
Do you ever get in arguments about stuff?
Oh, of course. I can name a situation now. I tried out for his basketball team, which was hilarious. I tried out for his basketball team, and he was like, "Are your grades gonna drop?" I was like, "No." When I was trying out, I think I did bad on like 2 or 3 quizzes or something like that. And he was shaking his head, and then like I tried out anyway, went ahead and did it anyway. I got cut by my own dad. But he told me, he was like, I'm not gonna allow your grades to drop. You need to focus more on your school and your education than sports. Sports is not important right now. What's important right now is that you learn what you need to learn so you can become something better. I didn't understand it back then. I thought he was bullying me. But of course it's love. It's definite love. And I thank him for doing that. And will I cut my own son? I probably won't. I try and juggle the two. But I mean, if it doesn't happen, it's cool. It's fine. I love him from that. He's always been that way with me. Always.
Now, stand on the dad aspect. The relationship you guys have, do you think it's important to have a father-son relationship or buddy? Because nowadays it seems like most parents are buddy-buddy.
Yeah.
Rather than mother, daughter, father-son. Do you think you and your dad has a relationship to where he can still be a father figure, but you can talk to him as a friend?
See, my buddies are people that I talk to every now and then, and then I talk to about certain things. My father, I want to be able to talk to him about everything. And see, when it comes down to my buddies, my friends, if they think of something, I can probably excuse it and be like, okay, it doesn't really matter. I have to do what I need to do. But if my father says something, there's a heavy influence on what I'm going to do. It's so important, to make him feel proud of what I'm doing.
Right.
I can't help that. It's like for instance, like me at my age right now, I truly want to be successful. I really want to I want to get books out. I want to pursue my career, and I want my career to be in an excellent place where I don't have to worry about too much of anything. I do not want to let him down, and I don't want him thinking that he raised me and it did nothing.
Right. That's a crazy situation that you just pointed out, because like I said, in the last, 16 years, I haven't seen my dad very much, not as much as I would like, but it's the same kind of situation now.
Yeah.
Like whenever I talk to my dad on the phone, I could have talked to 5,000 people about a certain situation, gotten advice that I know was the complete best advice that I could ever get.
Right.
But when I call my dad, that's like the gospel truth. No matter what. No matter what.
No matter
Like,
what.
whatever anybody else says, like, okay, I hear you guys, but Pops, I can't see you
It's
right
like-
now, but I know you're telling me what I need to
Right.
hear because you have my best interest at
It's
heart.
like it's like Pops is the OG.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
he
Like-
is. He's the godfather.
yeah, definitely. So
What
obviously,
he say?
everything he says, all right.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
this is what Pop say. You know, he done been through it. So obviously, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So he
exactly.
knows what he talking. I know he's not gonna steer me in the wrong.
Right.
You know, you can have your disagreements, but in the end, more than likely, you may not see it, but you're gonna do what Pop said. May not do it the exact way you said it,
Exactly,
you know,
yeah,
but
you know.
but
It might be,
yeah, right.
All right, so now that's Pops. Now let's go ahead and let's look at Mom. Mom is definitely the builder of the household. In any household, the Bible even says it takes a woman to make a wise woman to make a home.
Right.
I can't remember who the old person was that made the song that said it. It says, "My house is not a home." What I was gonna say was that it's very important to have your mom and your dad there.
Very important.
What is it like with your mom? What's your mom's situation?
My mom is a complete nurturing person. She is definitely a super caring person. And what I mean by that is she doesn't want anything to go wrong at all. At all. She will create things and situations for me to work. I don't know how my mom does this, but
Right.
Mom, I don't have a job. Oh, really? Oh, okay. She would get me a job like the next day. I don't know how she'll do it. Or I'm trying to get into a certain school. She will call down to the school, somehow get the president's office phone number, talk to that president, and I will be accepted in that university. That's how my mom is. She makes things happen.
That's Lonnie. It definitely sounds like your mom will, quote unquote, get that work. But we'll find out a little bit more about Lonnie's mom and both of our moms when we come right back with more of the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show. Stay tuned.
Watch a JBV Ministries project, the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show talk show with Pastor Jeff, airing on CW17 every Sunday at 5:30 a.m.
Welcome back to more of the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show. I'm Jimmy Marlow.
I'm Andre Valentine.
And I am Lonnie Wells.
And as of right now, we've been talking about family dynamics, relationships with fathers, and now we're actually talking about our relationships with our moms, and now it has made us the adults and the professionals that we are today. So we just found out that Lonnie's mom is somebody that will really get the job done.
Yes.
Bends over backwards for you.
Yes. She will beat up Chuck Norris to make things happen.
So Andre, what's your relationship like with your mom?
My mom, oh man, my mom, that's everything. that's everything. Me and my mom, we close. We close. Like, I mean, if I had no friends, I would have one for sure.
Yeah, what?
I would have one for sure.
Yes.
I mean, I talk to her about everything. I mean, everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything?
There's nothing she doesn't know.
Whoa.
And she
That's amazing.
she gives me, she gives me advice. Obviously from the mother's perspective of it. It sometimes it's not what I was looking for, because she don't want nothing to happen to her baby, and so everything's to protect her baby,
Yeah.
Mom, I'm not calling to be nurtured now, Mom. I mean, I just want to hear some advice,
Yeah.
But I respect her, and I take heed to everything she tells me.
Yeah.
Just like a father as well.
Yeah.
I gotta listen to both sides.
Yeah.
So that's me and my mom's relationship. J5, tell me how you
Well, man, my mom is definitely the backbone of my immediate family.
Right.
I don't know how this lady did it, but I mean, she raised me and my sister, and we're both doing very well. Definitely by the grace of God, His help is definitely what got us there.
Right.
But very organized, very passionate, very passionate about everything she does.
Your mom is
Yes.
very passionate.
1,000%, no matter what it is. Very by the book. She's not a hypocrite. If she says she's going to do something, she's going to do that, and she is going to be that way, no matter what, no matter how anybody feels or thinks about it.
Yep.
And that's definitely one thing that I've seen since I was a kid. No matter mother, father, uncle, aunt, no matter who it is, that's something that I can definitely take away and realize that though my dad isn't there, God put everything that he needed to in my mom to make me the person that I am. And I'm just so glad that she took a hold of it and she latched onto the church, Philippian Community Church, born and raised there, wonderful church. But she grasped that church and she grasped the things that she knew would keep us close. We only had one TV in the house for years because she didn't want us in our rooms watching our own TVs because she wouldn't be able to keep track of us. So, I mean, the whole family dynamic, that's why I wanted to ask each one of us what it was like, because even though it's different, we're all still sitting here.
Yeah.
No matter what the road is,
Very true.
we got to take different roads. Everybody's got to go their own way to get there.
True.
So, Lonnie, now let me ask, you've had both parents there. Now, what do you think you would be like without your mom there versus your dad?
I would not know what love. I mean, my dad is great, but I would not know what love is as tremendous as how my mom.
The loves are
exhibits
different.
it.
The
It's
loves
so
are different.
different.
The loves are
You know, you got
Feels
dad.
good.
You got dad. Come
Yeah.
on, son.
But I love you.
And then you
I
got
love
then you got mom.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you go.
Right.
Like, you know, so it's just
Yeah.
it's like my mom. Like we've argued a couple of times, all that, but my mom, she is a angel from the highest part of heaven. Like she does so much for me. She cares so much for me to the point where I just don't want her to worry no more.
Right,
you know,
right,
it's just like
right.
I'm gonna be okay. No,
Right,
no.
yeah.
And like I have to have more than what I have already
Right.
in order for her to be somewhat satisfied. But without her, it would be. How can I say this? I don't know. I guess I wouldn't feel that love as much, you know? I remember when I was just simply taking a trip. I was taking a trip to, it was to Miami. She did not like this at all. And, every 5.
Yeah.
And then she cried.
Wow.
She cried. And her thing was, I just want you to be safe, blah, blah. True enough, I was like 21 at the time. But
Right.
yeah, I know, right?
Wow,
Right?
like a middle school.
Yeah.
Right. Nah. Yeah.
But, you know, like, although, you know, because I mean, she probably thought I just excused it as, you know, something small. No, but
Right.
it meant so much, you know, like, because there's times when, you know, you just, not even times, every day I think about this, you know, there is nobody out there that'll love my mom. No, there's nobody that'll love me as much as my mom would.
Right.
You know, and that's really true.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I just thought of this while you were talking, when you said your mom didn't want you to go to Miami. I mean, I can't help but think of that story in the Bible where Jesus was like 12.
Right.
And he left the crib and he went to the church. And he was down there talking to like the apostles and all the smart guys. He was teaching them. And then his mom finds out where he's at. And he was like, I've been looking for you. Where you been at?
Yeah.
And he was like, Mom, I understand, but I'm God. I gotta do my thing.
Right.
And she knew he was God,
Right.
but that still didn't stop her
Yeah.
from caring and wanting to nurture her
You
son.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, how important do you think the role of both parents is, whether they're together or not? How important because you've seen both in your entire life. So, individually, how important are both parents' roles in creating a well-rounded individual, I'll say?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this, cause you got some single parents out there, they take both roles.
Right.
So my thing is, if the love is there, if the advice and teachings are there, you know, setting up the right pattern for that child to grow. Trying to eliminate as many distractions as possible. Right now, we live in a world of distractions right now. It's tough. It's tough. It's so many things that we focus our minds on, and by the time, when something happens, it's too late. But that's when our parents come in and save us, and by the grace of God, of course. So if that love is there, that strategy is there, oh man, just also too, also feel like your parents is also a friend. Because you want to be able to talk to your parents too. And not everything is about chastising. Sometimes you need to laugh with them. You need to joke with them. You need to chill with them. You need to do the same things they do. So so you can understand them. That's how you understand people.
I think it's good because having both, like we were saying, the love is different. So you got the nurturing, then you got the strict strategy.
Yes.
Do that again. But putting that all into one body.
Yeah.
Let's say you got water, you got H2O, hydrogen, 2 oxygen. Yeah. That forms a great substance.
Right.
So you got this love from mom, this love from dad. Put that in, and you got both sides.
Yeah.
And you could pass that on. You can use the nurturing for helping somebody like maybe a close friend. Yeah. You can use the strict side for maybe keeping yourself together. Yeah. Like, man, what Pops told me yesterday, keep yourself together. And then also you can pass that down to your friends, to your little brother, your little sister, you know what I'm saying? And show them the importance of family and why all families should stay together.
Right.
So I like that about family, though.
Yeah, man.
I like that aspect.
Yeah.
Family is, it makes you who you are.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you see and the last thing you see when you wake up and when you go to bed each day. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that you fight with, you cry with, you love them, you hate them, but that's your family. Right. That's your blood, and you don't have anything other than that. So now, for the people at home, we're not just sitting up here talking, just kicking around conversation. We're being honest about our lives with you because we want everyone out there to have a great family unit too, and the only way to do that is through communication. The only reason that things have gotten better with our parents, with our situations, is because we reached out. We want the communication, we want the relationship. So now, it's up to you at home. If you want your situation to be like Lonnie's, you got to talk to your family.
Yeah, definitely.
If you want to reconcile like we did with our dad, then you got to talk to your family.
Very true.
So now it's up to you. Pray and ask God for the strength, and He will give it to you. Pray and ask God for a renewed relationship and salvation. He will give it to you. So now, this is the first time that we've done this, Andre and I, but we will definitely be back with more. Definitely be back with more. Thank you very much, Lonnie Wells.
Thank you, sir. Lonnie.
Good friend here.
Yes, no problem.
So that's it for this episode of the Jeffrey B. Valentine Show. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.